something that really caught a lot of people's attention was not just the World Cup final on Sunday, but what happened afterwards. The head of the Spanish FA has sparked outrage after kissing Spain's Jenny Hermoso on the lips after his country's win over England in Sunday's final.
Now, she said almost immediately afterwards in interviews that she didn't like it. But then a bit later on, she defended Louis Rubiales, who has since apologised for it. He's blamed the excitement of the moment. But what do you think? Can celebration defend what many people see as pretty indefensible? So, joining us is Colin Miller, a European football writer who believes the kiss showed lack of respect, and broadcaster Esther Cocu, who says it's just an innocent response to a great victory. Let's come to you first of all. So, did you see it happen, and what was your reaction as it happened?
Yeah, this is one of the things that immediately after the final, when they're going up to get their medal, so everyone has their eyes on this, everybody's looking, the cameras of the world are on this, and the players are celebrated, and this is the peak of their career. And Jenny Hermoso, who's a star of the Spanish national team, she goes up, she greets the FA president, he gives her a hug that lifts her off her feet, and there's this sort of like prolonged, slightly awkward sort of moment between them that's from a viewer's point of view. He puts his two hands to the back of her head, draws her in and kisses her on the lips. Now, none of us are really to say what her thoughts and feelings are about this, what his thoughts and feelings are. And when we're talking about consent around these issues, but after the match, she was asked about this. She was in on the Instagram Live, so this is slightly spontaneous. She was sort of taken off the cuff a little bit. And she's like, I really didn't like that. And that was a moment that sort of people sort of set up and think, this isn't right, this is uncomfortable. And there's two issues at play of this, not just the fact that this happened, and not just the fact that there's a dynamic here, but he is her boss. He is the head of the Spanish Football Federation. So yeah, there's that working dynamic between them, and that's what's problematic. Because we all know that sort of boss structure that people have and thinking, you know, we feel that we might be a little bit vulnerable here. And when we're talking about the Women's World Cup, the success of women's sport and women's football and everything that goes with it, we're always talking about empowering women, about treating them with respect, treating them with dignity. And he failed on all three of those counts. And we know that because he treats women differently than how he would not have treated men like that. He would not have treated the men's Spanish national team like that. He wouldn't have been going around kissing them. And it wasn't just Jenny Hermoso. It was other players after the match. There was pictures of him kissing them on the cheek and on the head and being very touchy-feely. And
it's quite a Spanish thing, though, isn't it? Kissing on the cheek to say hello.
It's a continental thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, this is an offence.
All right, go on.
So? Have you never lived in mainland Europe?
I have, yeah. I lived in Spain for several years, and I've worked across European football. And the thing is, this is an offence in Spain.
Well, the thing is, maybe because they know that you're not from there, they probably didn't do it to you. Look, it's very common. I lived in France for a year. You know, the bisou is very common. They always kiss you on the cheeks and all of that. We have to contextualize it because I often say that, you know, British culture is far more reserved, far more prudish. The reality is, this is a grown woman. She's 33. Yes, she said that she didn't like it at first, but she also came out in a statement afterwards saying that she has a very close relationship with the president of the Spanish Football Federation.
Sorry,
hold on.
She
came back and said that they have a very close relationship. She didn't take any offence to it. And we have to be very careful because here you are as a man, obviously saying that is uncomfortable and it's basically, you know, tantamount to sexual assault. This is a grown woman. She's 33 years old. She is saying how she feels. I don't understand why we're trying to be patronising and telling her how she should feel about it when she's released statements about how...
How did it make you feel?
I thought it was, you know, obviously we have to bear in mind that how we feel about it should be based on what the alleged victim feels about it. I can't put words into her mouth. I can't tell her how to feel. I can't mansplain her or be patronising. If she said afterwards saying it was fine, you know, they have a very close relationship. He did this in front of everyone. He didn't just do it to her. And I understand that, you know, people from Southern Europe tend to be more physically affectionate. I just think if she says it's fine, I can't put words in her mouth. It's fine.
And what did you think about him?
I didn't have a problem with it.
No,
So,
seriously.
Colin, you're vigorously
we have to bear in mind.
I think it's very important to put this into context. And that she said after the match, she said, "Look, I did not like this. I didn't enjoy it." And she was pushed on it. She's like, "What happened?" She's like, "Look, what do you want me to say?" And then later there was a statement circulated on her behalf from the Spanish FA to the Spanish media, which very much at that point felt like a bit of crisis management to completely downplay this, to get this off the news agenda. Because, look, after all, the Spanish team had just won the World Cup, and here we are talking about this incident. This is, as I said, this is the pinnacle of their careers. We cannot put words into their mouths. We don't know how they think and feel. But she came out and she said, I was deeply uncomfortable with this. I didn't like it. And what do you want me to do?
Why do you think you as a man have a right to tell us how she feels? She has come out with it. No, hold on. She has come, because I read the same statement as you. The first interview, she said, yeah, I didn't like it. She felt uncomfortable. And it's just like, not everyone is a hugger, for instance. Not everyone likes physical touch, which is fine. And then she also came out, because everyone saw this kiss, right? She wasn't obliged to do this. And then she also came out and said, we have a very close relationship. It was fine. It wasn't sexual assault. He has apologized.
Yes, he has.
If it made her uncomfortable. So I don't understand why you're sitting here saying how a 33-year-old woman who has her own mind, who's released a statement saying it's fine, should feel about it.
OK.
Because we asked him
You know what?
to do
We
it.
are out of time. I would ask you to kiss and make up. I don't want to start the debate all over again.
Thank you very much
Thank you
indeed,
very
both of
much
you.
to both of you.